Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Frostify and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going to be counting down the top 10 best fonts to look out for the year 2023. I figured with me kind of, coming back to content slowly but surely, I 100% wanted to start off with something very simple and easy and something just overall chill for this awesome Friday. I do want to let you guys know that channel memberships are officially enabled, so if you want to go check those out, go ahead and click the button at the very top of the channel. They are very, very, very cool, and honestly, I had a blast setting it up. But without further ado, let's stop rambling and let's go ahead and look at top 10 best fonts for 2023. We are going to be talking about 5 paid fonts and 5 free fonts, by the way, so definitely kind of be aware of that. Coming in at the number 1 spot, it is by far probably one of the most aesthetic looking fonts I have seen in a minute, and that is Celestial. In the world of space and galaxies, this font definitely succeeds in certain areas. It can also be used in futuristic aspects, which is absolutely awesome, and clearly has a lot of versatility with the uppercase and lowercase and even number options you get with this font. It is a free personal use only font, and I will leave the link down below in the description for you guys to go check it out and download it if you want to use it in your stuff. Coming in at the next font, it is going to be a Fungis. Now, this font utilizes curves in the most beautiful way I have probably seen in a while, and can definitely be used against darker colors and lighter colors, for example, black and white and other things like that. Utilizing beautiful angles and tons of options when it comes to weight, this font is probably one of the most versatile on the list, and can give you a very professional feel when you are creating those typography scenarios and typography heavy designs. There's clearly some inspiration from the grotesque fonts, however, I think it is utilized beautifully in this font, bringing it to life and giving you a phenomenal option to use in your design pieces moving forward. Next font on the list is called Neutral Face. It is a free font for commercial use, which can be fantastic for loads of different projects. It's got 2 styles. It's got the regular style and the bold style, which makes it absolutely awesome to use. It has different variations of the alphabet in terms of Cyrillics and other types of symbols, which makes it definitely one of the stronger options on this list, especially for being a free commercial use font. This is going to be one that you're probably going to want to check out. Coming in at the next font on the list, it is probably one of my personal favorites, and that is Paralucent. Paralucent has loads of different options, which gives you loads of different styles to play with in terms of the design world. We personally have been using this over at the Frostify Design Court to create some branding and some graphics for our amazing community over there. If you guys are in fact interested in joining it, go ahead and click the link down below in the description. But one of the things that makes this one of the stronger fonts on the list as well is the amount of weights that you use and can play with. It's got amazing uses, and it's definitely meant for smaller sizes, so you can really get into the nitty-gritty with these types of, headings and subheadings and basically designs that contain a lot of content. This font to me is very elegant and approachable and very loud when it needs to be. So take that with what you will and definitely experiment with it in your next design pieces, because it is a fantastic font to use for your personal designs. It is in fact a paid font, but you can get it through Adobe Fonts with the Adobe license. I definitely recommend you check that out. The next font on the list is Ottenburg. Personally, one of the best display fonts I have seen in a minute. Ottenburg has phenomenal controlled letter forms with a slight modern typography touches here and there. It could definitely be used in different areas that require a bold typeface, such as logos, magazines, or even movie posters. It can be fantastic for branding, maybe even captions as well. In my personal opinion, this is one of the fonts on the list that has the most personality, as it can showcase a lot of different themes like clean, minimalistic, as well as fun and overall kind of crazy. I highly recommend you guys go check out Ottenburg. It's super good and definitely not one you're going to want to pass up. Coming in at the next font on the list, we have Niveau Grotesk. Now, this one is an absolute classic. If you guys have not gotten your hands on this font, I definitely recommend you do so, because it is a 100% a graphic design necessity. This font offers loads of different options, from thin to thick display font options in terms of weight and stuff like that, and is extremely versatile in the typography world. Like I said, this is definitely a necessity when it comes to building up your arsenal of graphic design fonts, so I highly recommend you go check it out and immediately download it. It's available on Adobe Fonts yet again, and it is probably more than likely paid, but 100% a necessity in my personal opinion. Coming in at another graphic design classic, it is going to be Futura. Futura is a fantastic font for loads of different typography scenarios, definitely in terms of clean and minimalistic designs. And just like Niveau, it's got loads of thin options from all the way to thick options, which is probably one of the best type of font families you could probably own. That way you can keep things versatile yet unique at the same time. This is another font that you can get on Adobe Fonts. It's probably going to be the home of the majority of paid and licensed fonts. I highly recommend you guys go check out Adobe Fonts in general because it has a fantastic library of simplistic fonts that you can use for any type of creative endeavor or adventure. Coming in at the next font is Hanson Bold. This font works fantastic for great bold display style designs. It can work great for headings and also different situations involving a lot of heavy display typography that is meant to catch the eye. It is a free font and you can go ahead and download it on behance.com, link down below in the description. It has 2 different types of letter variations, which makes it a very diverse display font and can give you loads of options in terms of different design decisions. It can work absolutely amazing for things like packaging, like mentioned before, posters, you name it. It's definitely probably one of the more diverse fonts on this list. Coming in at the next font, we are bringing in the Swiss typography champion Helvetica. Helvetica has been popular for years in the design community and the graphic design world. It's been around since the 50s and the 60s, and it is a very plain font. If you are looking for a font that doesn't exactly give any crazy emotion and is just meant to be very clean and minimalistic, Helvetica is always a safe bet to go down. Since it is a sans serif font, you could definitely bet that it is probably going to be popular amongst graphic designers for years and years to come. And with it practically being the grandfather of Swiss typography, this is always a safe bet to go down when you are working with typography or any type of minimalistic and simplistic situation. Coming in at the last and final font, it is going to be a free font that goes by the name of Rude. Rude can be used in several different situations and can be interpreted as, you know, any certain type of typography or typeface. However, I personally view it as an ancient theme style. It's got thin to thick angles and also weights, and seems very sharp when using it in specific types of designs. I personally think the presentation on Behance sums it up pretty well, and it is definitely an option to consider going into 2023 when you are working with your set designs. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that has been 10 fonts to look out for the year 2023. I know this video kind of seems simplistic and very easy. I mainly wanted to do that because we are going to kind of push forward and get back on track with content, so I kind of wanted this video to be almost like a filler, if that makes sense. Every font that was featured will have credits down below in the description of the artist as well as their original websites where you can download the fonts. All of these options are absolutely fantastic and I cannot wait to continue using them in my graphics personally. They are super fantastic and super versatile. If you guys are interested in seeing more font videos, go ahead and leave a comment down below in the description. I'd be happy to do more of these, especially on those weeks where we simply just need a filler video. But without further ado, this has been Frostify and I will see you guys next week with Wheel of Creators episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.